Hi, so today we are in the forest, as you can see. You can see the sun blazing back there. I know I probably shouldn't film this way with the sun looking like this, but I actually think it looks kind of interesting. Anyway, so in my last video I talked about a big manifestation I had back when I was 16 years old that led me to becoming an actress. And in that video I talked about limiting beliefs. Because this was a manifestation story. And I think one big factor when it comes to manifestations, that keeps the manifestations from not happening are limiting beliefs. And, I have an approach for how to work with them. And I thought, I don't know, maybe it would help someone if I shared more about it. Because it's, I want a refresher for my own self of how this works. Because there are things that I'm currently working on that I want to, become a vibrational match to. And I don't know if the sun is too much. Maybe it's better that way, I don't know. You tell me. I'm trying to sit on a fucking branch here that's like this. But anyway, in order to manifest something, you need to be a vibrational match to it. You need to create a feeling inside you that matches that manifestation. And so there are several ways to do this. Like, one of the ways that people talk about a lot are like affirmations. Now, personally, I don't have anything against affirmations. I think that they are a great tool. But the thing is, we are so smart. Like, we are too smart for our own good sometimes. Our brains are too smart. And when you're working with your limiting beliefs, your brain can instantly tell you if you are bullshitting. In my experience, at least. I'm only talking about my experience. So if you have a different experience, that's fine. I'm just talking about my own, right? So my brain can instantly tell me if I am bullshitting. So affirmations are not my favorite approach, because the way that I understand it is that it's not the affirmation that's making anything happen. Like, personally, I would only use affirmations when I am 100% confident that I'm actually in a good emotional state already. Because I think what affirmations is just a way to speed up the momentum of a feeling that you already have. At least that's what it's been like for me. There are mosquitoes in here. So basically, if I'm already feeling like pretty good about my life or whatever, then it would be a great idea for me to be, doing affirmations and saying things like, I am very capable, or I am very successful, or whatever. These are affirmations. If I'm feeling great, that would be a fantastic thing for me to do, because I'm furthering the momentum that's already underway. I've already accomplished a feeling of, whatever success feels like to me. So then from that place, for me to be like, I am very successful, is great. And it should feel great in the moment. But if I'm just trying to say affirmations in order to make something happen, but I'm not really feeling it, or my life is like very shit, then our brains are too smart. Like, as soon as you say something that doesn't match your actual experience, your brain's gonna know. So one of the things that I'm working on, for example, is like how to get to a better place financially. I don't know if I want to be a millionaire. I really am not sure, but I just want to be in a better place financially, right? So that's something that I'm working on. But for me to be like, as a lot of affirmations would say, you just start saying things like, I am fucking rich. My brain is too smart for that. If I say, again, I'm only talking from my own experience and the position that I'm in right now. If I say, I am fucking rich, my brain instantly goes, no, you're not. We've seen the bank account numbers. We know that there's not $1 million in there. No, you're not fucking rich. Like, it knows instantly, right? So, it's too big of a jump for me, emotionally, to go from where I am right now to, I am fucking rich. My brain knows it's not true. So, like, my approach for working with limiting beliefs in something like this, and actually it's kind of, it works for everything, really. It doesn't have to be about money, but, like, if I want to get into a better financial place, which I actually have gotten to, I am in a better financial place right now than I used to be. It would be to find thoughts that feel better, that feel like relief, but that aren't such a big jump. I feel like the main work with limiting beliefs is you need to find some thought to feed your brain that feels better than the current one that you're thinking, but that also is true at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I can't say I am fucking rich because my brain has all the evidence to the contrary of that. You know, my lived life experience does not reflect I am fucking rich right now. So my brain knows that. So if I want to affect a change, then I know that I need to change my emotional state, like how I feel inside. That's what I need to change. So what I would then do is try to find thoughts that feel better, but at the same time that my brain doesn't argue with. That's the main thing. So for me, again, I can only talk, from my experience. These thoughts may not work for you. But for me, what would feel better? Like, let's say I am broke. That's actually not true right now. But let's say I'm in a position where I am broke. And obviously for me to think I am broke, or for me to think I don't have enough money, that doesn't feel good, right? So in order to affect an emotional change within myself, I now have to think something that feels better, but that is also true. But that's not a big jump. It's not, I am fucking rich. So that would be something like I said earlier already, actually, I am in a better financial position than I have been before. Now, I don't know how you feel about that when you hear that. Does your brain argue with that if you say that to yourself? For me, it doesn't argue, because I have actual evidence that yes, this is true. This is like, working with this is like having somebody constantly like checking, like being beside you and going through a checklist of facts. Somebody's like fact checking you all the time, just going through the list, and like you say something and it goes, is this true or not? You say, I am fucking rich. Your brain goes, no, you're not. And it gives you all the evidence in that moment that proves that you're not fucking rich. Now, if you're watching this and you are fucking rich, if you are a wealthy person, then for you to think, I am fucking rich, it should feel great, because you have all the evidence in the world that yes, I have $3 million on my bank account, yes. Your brain should go, yeah, I am fucking rich. And then for you, that would be a great thought to think, because it would be furthering the momentum of what you've already got going on. You're furthering the feeling of being fucking rich, basically. So, but for me, it would be something like, I am in a better financial position than I've been before. And even right now, another thought that I could think is that at least I'm not broke, because that's also true. My brain is not arguing with any of these things. It's just going, yeah, that's true. But I'm also feeling better. Like, these things feel better for me to think than to think I have no money at all. Like, that doesn't feel great. And it's also not true in my case. So you see how you constantly have to monitor. You have to. You don't have to monitor. Your brain will tell you if you're bullshitting. You can't, in my experience, you can't bullshit your way through this. So, like, another thing that I'm working on right now, I've talked about this on my channel. So, if you've never seen me before, I am an actress. But currently, I've not done any like on-screen work. I've done other types of acting for more than several years now, but I've not done on-screen work yet, and I really would like to, and I've talked about it on my channel before, several times. And I've talked about the limiting beliefs that I have about that and everything. And I feel that if there is something in your life that like you keep on thinking about, something that constantly comes up for you in your mind, like for me, this is something that comes up because it's something that I really want. But I have these beliefs in place that like keep it from happening, basically. So how I have been working with this now, recently, is just the same thing again. So, like before, I was in a place where I felt like, I really would like to do a movie or a TV series or something like that. But I don't know if I'm ready for that. So, like, my thought was, I'm not ready for that. And so that doesn't feel great for me to think, because it's thinking in the opposite direction of what I want. I want this, but I'm not ready for it. Classic limiting belief, right? So what might I think? Now I would ask myself, what might I think that would feel better than this, but that wouldn't be such a big jump for my brain to go, that's not true. Like, if I were to think right now, if this was an affirmation, that, let's say, I am a successful movie actress and I have all of these roles that just flow easily to me. My brain just goes, since when? We don't see any evidence of that. Again, I can't bullshit. I have to find something that is true, but that feels better. So, like, this is the work that I've already done now, so I can talk in this video about it, like where I'm at with this right now. So then I started thinking, okay, so what is true about me and about the situation, but that feels better? So I might think something like, well, I have been in, the acting business for over 7 years now. That is some experience that I have. I don't have all the experience in the world, but it's also not like I started yesterday, So I would think I have some experience with this, and with the experience that I don't have, I'm willing to learn. All that is true, and I feel better thinking that. Then I would think, what else is true about me? I have done other types of acting in the past and currently as well. I've gotten experience through that. I've gotten experience, kind of on the job, basically. All that is true. What else is true about the situation? I'm very detail-oriented. Any project that comes my way, I kind of treat it as my baby, I guess. Like, I really care about these projects. I want to do a good job. I want to do my best, And then I would think, who doesn't want an actor on their set who cares about this project just as much as they do? Great quality to have as an actor. What else can I think about this situation? The clients that I currently have, like in voiceover, because that's also a type of acting that I do, I have great experiences with these clients. I have great feedback from the clients because that's something I really care about. I care about client satisfaction, and I go above and beyond for them, and they reflect that back to me. They say that that's what I do. So again, you see, that's a great quality to have as an actor, wanting to go above and beyond. What else might I think about this that's true? Like, it's just, do you see? It's like working with thoughts like that. Like, these are not big things. It's not, I am an Oscar-winning actress with roles that just flow to me effortless. It's not like that. As soon as you think that and it's not true, your brain is gonna know. So you have to think smaller things, but that are also true, but that feel better. All of this story that I'm telling you right now about how maybe I am not as not ready as I previously thought. Mosquitoes. Maybe I'm more ready than I think I am. All this feels better to me than what I was previously saying, that I'm not ready. There are some kind of birds going over right now. I don't know if you can hear them. They're making a lot of noise. So, I guess my main thing is just, you can't bullshit your brain. You have to find a way to feel better about this thing that you're thinking about, but you have to think about things that are true currently. So I guess if you've ever done affirmations and you find that they don't work, that might be why. Because you need to... The main thing you need to affect is your emotional state. Because your physical reality is just reflecting to you what your emotional state is. So if you don't change from within, no new reflection can appear. I hope this makes sense. And again, I'm saying this to myself as much as I am saying it to you. I'm just basically thinking out loud about how this works. And maybe we should also keep in mind that it takes time. Sometimes, like, the physical reality won't instantly reflect to you the change that you have inside. So, like, when I had that big manifestation at 16 years old, and I met the most at the time known actress in the country, and I went on that TV series set that I talked about in my previous video. I was saying how I was having conversations with somebody about this, like a trusted person who wouldn't talk me out of this dream and who wouldn't doubt it. And I was talking about it in a direction of why this could happen. This was actually making that emotional change happen inside me, that I started to feel more like it could happen. It's not really that big of a deal as I'm making it. It could potentially happen. And then it did. But while I had already accomplished that new emotional state, it's not like it happened instantly. Like the actress was just there instantly. No, she wasn't. Like, it took time. I had to keep thinking those things, and I had to keep feeling that way for a while without any physical evidence in my real world of this change. And the only way I could do that is by knowing that's the work. So you can't really work with limiting beliefs if you don't understand that this is the work. If you don't understand that changing the emotional state is actually doing something, is doing everything. So to work with this, you have to know that this is doing something, that this is important. And I think, I'm still learning all this myself. I mean, I know I probably sound like really confident talking about this, but that's because I've just been studying it for so long, and I have proven to myself that that's how it works. But still, I still need a refresher. Like, I was thinking earlier about, because my favorite manifestation teacher is Abraham Hicks, and Abraham is like, they are like a collective infinite intelligence, and Esther Hicks is their channeler. So anyway, Abraham likes to tell stories from Esther's lived experience, to illustrate all this manifestation stuff, and it really, really comforted me to find out that Esther Hicks, she is the channeler of Abraham. Like, Abraham Hicks is kind of a big deal. But Esther Hicks still has things not, go her way sometimes, and she too falls back into creating by default. And it was just very comforting for me to know that Esther also thinks sometimes that things shouldn't go wrong for her, that everything should always go well for her because she's fucking Esther Hicks, She's the channeler. She's the one who's, bringing all this knowledge into the world. So why, out of all people, does she still have contrast in her life? Contrast being things that you don't necessarily want, but that still happen. Why should that happen to her? Like, that made me feel better, because even though I've been studying this for so long now, it's not like everything always goes well for me. And in the sense that it's not like I don't ever fall back into limiting beliefs, or I don't have to work with my mind on these things. Like, I still do, and I still have things that haven't manifested and that I'm still working on, I'm working on becoming a vibrational match to. And Esther Hicks, the Esther Hicks, also has the same thing. She's got to do the same thing, even though she's been doing this for I don't even know how long now. Anyway, so I guess I'm just saying that to make myself feel better, that some things haven't manifested, and to make anyone out there to feel better as well. This is the work, but it can take time. And that's normal. It's just part of the process. So, and I guess once you have done something already before, you already have some kind of manifestation, and you would like to do something similar again, it gets easier. Because once you've done something, I could do it again because I've already done it. So in that case, I feel you can line up with it faster, so it happens faster. So for example, for me, as a voice actress, there was a time when I wanted to do a TV commercial. Never done a TV commercial before. And then, finally it came, right? And then I had that experience. And then at some point I thought again, I would like to do another TV commercial, but this time I didn't have to do so much of this. I didn't have to find so many thoughts to feel better about this, because I could just think, well, I've already done this before. I've already proven to myself that I can be on TV with voiceover, that my audio quality is up to par, that it's no problem, that the clients like the work that I do. And so I've proven to myself that I can do it because I've already done it. And so in that case, like manifesting another TV commercial, I was just like, I would like to do another TV commercial, but I'm not going to worry about it. Instead, what I'm going to do is try to just keep myself in balance as much as possible. Try to make myself as happy as I can in my, everyday life. And I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go about my days, and just do things that would bring me pleasure. Like, that would be fun for me. Much like I'm doing right now. Doing this video is actually very fun for me. And being outside in nature is very, very fun for me. So, even though there are mosquitoes here, but I don't actually care that they're here, because this is fun for me. So this is actually, I feel like that's my like overall approach to life, especially now. I'm just here to have fun. I just want to explore life, basically. And I try to be as happy as I can be. And make myself happy. Like, try not to look for outside reasons to be happy, because that just trains you into needing something outside of yourself to be that way. You still need things to react to so that you can feel happy, if you know what I'm saying. And I feel like you really gotta decide, what are you gonna do in this world? Because this world gives us, especially now, right? It gives us every single reason to not be happy. You know, to feel like shit, to feel scared, to feel depressed. All of that. The world is giving us a lot of reasons to feel that way right now. And you gotta decide, what are you gonna do at the end of the day? Are you just gonna react to that stuff that's happening that you can't really affect? Like, I can't snap my fingers and make all of that go away or change it in any way. But what I could do right now is to find something more fun to do, which I have done. I just came outside. Look, there's sun. Like, I see the viewfinder or my screen, and it looks so pretty, right? I can do that. I can do something that's fun. And doing that in terms of manifestations, because every single thing that we want it because we think we will feel better when we have that. We think we will be happy when we have that. And yes, we will be. I have had that experience. You will be happy. And it would be great if that thing happened right now and you could just react to it. I feel happy now, it happened. But it doesn't work that way. You need to create the happy. And then everything that matches the happy can come to you. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It makes sense to me. And I know it sucks. It sucks that this is the way it works, but this is the way it works. So, I feel like this is just how I personally feel, but I have decided to be, like, irrationally happy. Like, even though there's no, like, outside circumstances don't say that, or don't support you being happy, but you can be. You can find a way to be anyway, instead of being scared or whatever. Because there's always going to be things happening that we don't want to be happening. And I just feel like, personally, I just want to get control of my fucking mind so that I can control what I am in this world, no matter what the world is like. I hope that's making sense. So this is actually I feel like this is my overall approach, is just to be as happy as I can, because being happy, being content, being excited about life, that's what alignment is. And again, I know from Abraham, and I'm saying this to myself as much as I'm saying it to you, I know from Abraham that alignment trumps everything. Alignment, if this law of attraction crap is real, then alignment is supposed to bring you the things that you want. Because if you have accomplished within yourself a state of happiness, then things that match that should start to make their way to you. And in my case, it's been that way. Doesn't mean that nothing unwanted ever happens, because you still need to. You don't know what's happy unless you know what's not happy. Does that make sense? So you have to know what you don't want in order to know what you do want. Sometimes you don't consciously know what you do want, even if you know what you don't want, but that's fine. The universe knows what you want. But all of those things that you want, without a doubt, they represent happiness in some sort of way. Or contentment, or freedom, or like whatever you want to call it. It's a good feeling. At the end of the day, it's a good feeling. Those things represent a good feeling. So if you can accomplish a state of good feeling, even though there's nothing to feel good about maybe in your life, then it should get better. That's what I've discovered anyway. I'm just talking about my own experience. It's actually funny. I'm about to end this video. Been talking long enough, but it's actually funny. Something happened right before I came outside. So like, as a voice actor, I have a lot of profiles. Like, everywhere I could possibly have profiles for voiceover work. And so Fiverr is one of them, right? And on Fiverr they have this like system for like a ranking system, because you can sell your services on Fiverr, and so voiceover is my service, right? And Fiverr has a ranking system for these different sellers, and it's like level 0, level 1, level 2, and top rated. Those are the current rankings. So anyway, a while ago, like, I was level 2, and I'm still not sure on how Fiverr measures like your success score to decide if you're going upwards or downwards in terms of your rank. But anyway, I don't know what I was doing. Even though everything was going well for me, and getting orders and everything, and great feedback, and everything was okay, they still like demoted me to level 1 for some reason. And when I saw that, because getting demoted, like, it affects your stats and everything and your visibility, and so it's not really a great thing. But when I saw that, I was just like, okay, it's not a wanted thing in my experience. But I decided, you know what? I'm just not going to worry about this right now. I'm just gonna focus on being as happy as I can be, and just making the most of my moments. Whatever I'm doing, I'm just trying to make the most of it. And I'm just not gonna worry about it. So it was about a week or so, and I wasn't really doing anything on Fiverr. Like, I wasn't doing like new orders or anything, or even communicating with anybody. And then now, just as I came outside to record this video, I got the notification that you have been, taken back to level 2, which is fantastic. But the reason I'm talking about this is because I know, because of what I have been doing consciously with my emotional state, I know that is evidence of alignment. Because I haven't been actioning my way, I haven't been trying to like figure out what's wrong with it, and why am I level 1 now, and how do I get to level 2? I haven't been doing any of that. I haven't even been focused on that. I've just been here doing my thing, trying to be trying to feel as good as I can feel in any moment. And if I don't feel good, I'll just try to, I don't know, take a nap or something. And I just try not to make a big deal of it, and just try to make the most of whatever moment I'm in. So I haven't even been focused on that. And then the notification came in, you've been taken to level 2. And so if you're consciously doing this work, then you can put 2 and 2 together. Then you will be like, here's what I was doing emotionally, and here's what happened. Because getting back to level 2, that for me is a wanted thing. It matches the happy that I've already accomplished. So of course, I see that and I do react to it. That does make me happy, yeah. It gives me a happy feeling. But I know I was already happy. And then it came in. So I hope this makes sense to someone else other than just me. Again, I'm only posting this not to tell anyone what to do or whatever. I'm just trying to explain how I go about these things. And because I want to give myself a refresher of how this works. Because I have things in the works that, I want to become a match to. So I just want to remind myself that this is the work. And I hope that's helpful to anybody else out there. It's such a pretty fucking day out here. Really wanted to come out into the forest to enjoy it, and I'm glad that I'm able to. So yeah, so there you go. I don't have anything more to say, so I'll see you next time. Bye bye.